You know, I've reacted to hundreds of videos, but I think this one may take the cake on the degeneracy. This one's absolutely ridiculous. I got a banger from Alpha Central. Let's get straight into it.
Beautiful thing, mother and daughter sharing the same husband and baby daddy. You know, it's such a beautiful thing.
It's not often that a mom and daughter are pregnant at the same time, let alone
Yeah, it's not often because that's straight weird, dude.
by the same man, but we wouldn't want things to be any other way. So when I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me, you know, honestly it was unexpected because again, we weren't trying at all for a baby.
You're a liar!
You were definitely trying for a baby. If somebody was bucking you, blowing your back out, cheesing in you, you try for a baby. This got to be satire, bro. There's no way this is real.
But I just I don't think there was ever a moment in my mind where, you know, I was upset about it. It was pure joy and bliss for me, like to know that I get to carry a baby alongside the woman who birthed me. And that our baby's gonna share that, you know, DNA from the same man. And, you know, he's been so supportive and sweet.
Bro, she's straight grown. Gonna be like a 25-year age gap between these babies. Goodness gracious.
And I couldn't imagine things any other way now.
One man, two.
Bro, this level of degeneracy is crazy.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
You couldn't imagine any other way. I could imagine a lot of different ways. That one is sick. Absolutely sickening. Are you kidding me? Chat, I mean, am I way off base here? Am I a little too crazy? But I'm just thinking that's nasty work, bro.
So money, what is more important?
Looks or money?
Yeah.
Looks. Yeah.
Then where's it at? I'm not seeing it, honey.
Have like a ugly man. I would rather
Makes sense.
ugly man and have no money. Then
Yeah, I think so.
You stupid.
Yeah.
The funniest part is she doesn't even
Yeah, she doesn't even realize what she said. She goes, an ugly man with no money. Like, freaking 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place. What is this?
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
That's not just parenting
Send him 2-3 years to Dagestan, forget.
advice right there. That's
I mean, I'm all for, you know, kids doing their thing, but in my opinion, in chat, let me know what you think about this. In my opinion, when boys and girls are that age and they're acting in a way that is usually goes against the grain for the, you know, typical societal structure of how they should be acting, I think that stuff is coerced by parents.
Finally have fun on your date.
Well, this is starting out nicely. A friend wishing another friend a good time on their date.
I hope they hate each other so badly. Oh my god.
Oh dear, it seems like so.
Like I say, bro, I said this last episode, single women keep women single, and friends, especially female friends, will sabotage their other friends and hope their dates go bad. Because they don't want to see you happy. If they're miserable, they want you miserable. Misery loves company.
Someone's true colors are coming out.
I cannot afford to lose my only single friend.
It's so nice to see women supporting other women, isn't it?
Like, seriously, this date needs to go bad, or I'm gonna be really, really upset.
I hope this was a skit, because if it's not, I would say that someone could definitely do better in the friend department than to have someone that would say one thing to their face and another thing completely different behind their back and then post it on social media of all things. But if it is a skit, it actually is an excellent example of how oftentimes it is some single women that really want to seem to keep other women single because they don't want to be the only ones left unmatched. And it is really unfortunate that many of us out there have had friends like this in the past that would rather have someone to keep them company in their own misery than to see someone actually be happy.
Bro, this is so true, bro. Misery loves company. These women do not want to see you happy because they know if you're happy, then you're going to be cupcaking with your man, stuff like that. And then also it's like a weird thing with women. They're like in competition with each other. It's like, I don't want the next woman to have more than me. It's really hard for women to feel happy for other women that are doing better. Like as soon as Cass retired and stopped working, a lot of her single friends were like, well, why are you, I mean, she doesn't have a lot of single friends, but even her girlfriends would be like, well, aren't you going to get bored? Don't you want to do something? Don't you want to work? Like Cass is like, no, I don't want to work. I'd rather cook and clean and take care of Loki and Levi. In the corner. Oh no. Oh no. Bro, that cart is fighting for its life right now.
Some people walk.
Is there a weight limit on those carts?
Big bag, big bag.
Good lord, somebody grease those wheels. There ain't WD-40 around here? That freaking wheel was whistling.
to clubs and a bar to find a husband?
Stupid.
Whoa. You're going to judge all men based upon your decisions? You went to clubs and bars looking for what? Diamonds? Shots fired! Huh.
You think love is in the air?
Bro, Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. to the Godfather, man. Wish we still had him around, bro. Wish we still had him around.
Do you know what % of Gen Z workers claim they experience burnout at work?
I get scheduled for 25 hours a week and literally about to quit.
Not 20.
25 hours a week? What? Dude, I was working 50, 60 hours a week when I was like 24 to 30.
Not 40%, not 80%, not 90%. 98% of you experience burnout.
Every single day, go and work somewhere and do that 5 times a week?
How? You're in your early 20s. Watch this. 23% face unmanageable stress and 48% feel drained. According to a Cigna survey, Gen Z is the most stressed generation of all time. And by the way,
the most nicotine addicted, probably.
According to 1,000 leaders that are hiring people out there, watch what they said. This is employers talking about Gen Zers. 6 in 10 employers reporting firing recent Gen Z college graduates within months of hiring them. 1 in 7 employers indicated they may refrain from hiring new graduates next year's unsatisfactory performance. 75% of companies said some or all of their Gen Z hires were unsatisfactory. 50% reported that Gen Z workers showed a lack of motivation, and 39% of Gen Zs lacked communication skills. 46% noted a lack of professionalism. This is a problem. If you want the future to look bright, you have a very easy chance here. 98% are burned out. You got to find a way to be here.
Everyone's.
That's crazy. 98% are burned out. Chat, let me know in the comments right now. What was your first job? What was the first job that you guys ever did? Let me know. I'd like to actually see what it was. Mine was a soccer referee. Yeah, I was reffing soccer games for like under 6, and I was like 14 years old. I did that from 14 to 15, and then I was a bagger at Kroger starting at 16 years old. I've always understood that you just have to work. You have to work. You want nice things? You got to work. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nix of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's 2 names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time? Actually, we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're just going to give Loki some pets because he's so freaking tired. Your belly. Your little belly. He's freaking tired, dude. We'll let him rest.
Anyone else find it suspicious how we never learned last night?
That's suspicious. Can my tax dollars just not go to the American education system anymore because it seems to not be working?
Bro, for real, what even is that question? Bro, like, how dumb do you got to be to not know that?
Parents had a successful marriage when they didn't have Instagram. I'm pretty sure you listen. If my grandfather had Instagram in his 20s, be fading out of existence right now. Like, literally, if he had the world in the palm of his hand, I bet you him and my grandmother would never have met. That a whole timeline, the sacred timeline, would be non-existent.
I actually agree with this take because I think social media, it was meant to bring us together, but I think it's actually made us go farther apart. You have too much access. Back in the day, especially our grandparents' day, when they met somebody they liked, they decided, hey, I better hunker down and start a family. They took relationships very serious. Nowadays, nobody really takes a relationship serious anymore. It's all about, maybe them, or maybe the next one. I'll just find the next one. And then women Frankenstein men. Well, I really like Jason's pee-pee, and I like Mark's hairline, but I like Chris's car. And they try to Frankenstein the next guy and make him pay a higher price than the last guy did. It never works out, and then they end up sad and alone. But we have unfiltered access to the entire world now. You have access to people, information, things, places. You can learn anything. I can go look up restaurant reviews for a place in Italy I may never go to. Back in the day, bro, you never finding that stuff out unless you go visit. Dude, I remember going to restaurants back in the day and not knowing there was reviews. Like during Yelp days. I remember going to Dallas with my mom and driving and using a freaking map. And being like, looking at this map, being like, well, turn here, turn there. We have it too easy nowadays. And I think that's the problem. Is that, especially in the dating market, it's so easy and you have so many options that you feel like, well, if this one's not good enough, I'll just go to the next one. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this take. But I think that's just how it is. It's truly sad because it's actually divided us more than it's brought us together.
Feminism, the pill, the sexual revolution, and I think and sort of the end stage culmination of that cultural shift. And when you guys sit there and say, I feel so empowered by doing this, I do it because I love, I know you may think that, but there are forces that are a lot more powerful than any of us here. There are corporations that want you to be sitting there and saying that because they want you to buy into this narrative.
So true. They want you to be single, alone, childless. They want all that.
Because they are intent on the destruction of Western civilization, and the way that they have always done this empirically, whether it's socialism, communism, Marxism, has been...
Yep, hypersexualize, turn the women into 304s, hypersexualize society, make women not have kids, turn men into women, men into women into men.
Going after the family unit, and what you guys do is detrimental to the family unit.
Shots fired.
I just love shagging.
She's actually...
I just love shagging.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Good Lord. Just because that's all you have. That's all you got. It's all you're good at. You provide the value that you think you have.
I'm 24. I'm 22. I'm 22.
You ladies single?
No. Yes. No.
How long you had a man?
I'm gonna say 4 years.
What do you mean?
I'm going to say 4 years.
You're a liar!
I'm gonna say 4 years.
We have a daughter together. We've been committed for 6 months. I moved out here so we've been committed.
So hold on. Let's rewind. You've known him for 4 years.
Imagine this your mama out hitting the streets dressed like this.
Years. You have a daughter together now, and you're just officially dating the past 6 months?
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
So when did your daughter come?
2 years ago?
But y'all were never together throughout that whole period?
We weren't.
So it was like a situationship or y'all were just talking?
It was definitely a situationship.
Why didn't you choose to like just go the co-parenting route and date someone else who, you know, you didn't have that much baggage with?
Because I love him. I do.
You're a liar!
Even when it was a situationship and when I got pregnant, I still loved him. And we had a connection. And I
Still loved him. Past tense.
felt like it would work, and I was just waiting for him to take responsibility.
4 years with a child?
Bro, I was waiting for him to take responsibility. These ladies, and she got tats on her kneecaps. Boy, wow. I was waiting for him to take responsibility. It's never going to happen.
And he's hungry. Would you wake up and make him a meal?
No. Hell no, he can be big bag. Independent. Be independent. No, he makes me a meal. What the
I didn't hear your answer.
I mean, I'm happily married. I'd make him a meal.
You'd make it?
Thanks, man.
But you see, she's happily married, but yet she's still hanging out with a lot of streetwalkers. This woman would these women will go out there and hang out with their single friends and get coaxed and coerced into thinking like these women, because these women have a hive mentality. They all have to think the same way. They live in an echo chamber of delusion amongst all their little chicken-headed friends.
You okay? No, I'm dead. Are you okay? What is going on? Like, I've been seeing this firsthand. I've been kicking it with people like Cookie King and going to the E Squad house, and like, dude, like, what is going on with y'all? Like, this is happening. Why is this happening?
Gen Z's facing highest rates of obesity. Over half of adults in the United States between the ages of 18 and 25 being overweight, obese. Childhood obesity, oh my God, that's insane. 18% in 2012. Teen obesity, 21% during the same time period. And then young adult obesity, 56%. Did you know 75% of people in the U.S. are overweight?
Big back.
Insane.
To you guys, like, what is going on? And the scary thing is, it appears to be getting worse. So I'm just genuinely asking you guys, what is going on? Are you okay? You can tell me, like, genuinely, what's happening? Is it the video games? What is it? Is it this app? What? Bro, what's happening?
Video games, corn, addiction, and also social media. Yeah, and it's bad. Girls have crazy expectations for men, whereas men are just like grasping at straws. It's tough for them. But then a lot of guys aren't going out there and choosing discipline. They're choosing the easy route. How many of you guys know somebody that they don't do anything difficult? They don't work out. They work an easy job. They only work a couple or a few hours a day. Like, every bit of their life is easy. They don't have any hardship. If you don't have any hardship, you don't have any discipline, then what are you really doing? Discipline is the highest form of self-love, in my opinion. I go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. I go on multiple WALKs. I have to spell it out because the one in the back knows what that word means. But I do these things because I know that having discipline is the highest form of self-love. I go through hardship because I want my body to look good. I want my mind to look good. I take care of myself. I groom myself. I do my hair. I go to get my hair cut. I take care of Lokes. I take care of Cass. I try to dress well. I move well. I speak well. Like, what are we talking about, dude? Here's another challenge I'll give you guys. So I know I gave you the one, I think a couple weeks ago, that was like, act like everything is your fault. Act like you're not the victim of everything. Act like everything's your fault. You're the hero of your story. Everything falls on your shoulders. Do this week. Wear something really nice for a week straight. You can get cheap clothes from Shein, SHEIN.com, and type in old money. You can go get a bunch of nice clothes that are cheap. Spend $100, get 4 or 5 outfits. Wear something nice for a week and watch how people treat you. But then also, try to clock how you feel while you're dressed nice. Like, I wore something nice yesterday to record some videos for TikTok, but it felt so good just dressing nice. And it was like a simple old money fit. Nothing crazy, kind of baggy, but something that looked nice. When I looked in the mirror, I felt good about myself. A lot of people nowadays, at least in my opinion, a lot of modern men and women, they don't dress nice anymore. How many times, like, chat, let me know in the comments, how many times have you guys gone to the grocery store and you're seeing people in PJs? Seeing people in clothes that you would wear at home? Like, back in the 40s, in the 50s, people were wearing suits everywhere, top hats. Why do you think people move differently? Because we dress differently. If you dress like a slob, you're going to feel like a slob. And if you dress like that, people are going to treat you like that. If you dress a certain way, people will give you a certain level of respect that you're supposed to get. Because I believe 75% of someone's perception of you is how you look. So if you look unkempt, you look overweight, you look disheveled, you look unprofessional, they're going to treat you as such. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. So a simple change like that can entirely shift your mindset and the way you move and shake, but also the way the way people treat you.
I came up to y'all, and he says, "Hey, I want to buy your." Would you do it?
He wants to buy my pants.
Yeah.
How much would he give me, though?
How much would he give me? I bet they smell like fish.
How much would you want?
Wait, at least. At least.
Right now.
At least 250, at least.
250? You look like... Hold it, Levi, hold it. You look like a Kmart version of Indiana Jones. Shots fired! Oh, I think she might be Indiana Jones.
Wow.
250?
That's a good, 250. It depends.
250 for some skid marks?
Where would you take it off at? Like on the spot or somewhere like...
His bathroom. No, I would rip that shit off. But if I did it on the spot, maybe 800 is a minimum.
Damn. I mean, that could become a turn on, like do it on the spot. He's getting a show and...
800 then. On the spot.
Can we get a spin?
No. Can you guess what I am?
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Amazing costumes, everybody. Hey, come here.
Oh, what?
Would you buy those?
Which ones?
I want to say no because they're looking at us that way.
No, she said she was down there.
I got $5 in cash on me. That's not enough for this woman. She's a high class woman. That's at least $100.
Oh my God. Stop being a simp, bro.
$5 for her.
Bro, stop being a simp. She's a high class woman. Any woman that's out on Halloween is not high class. Dressing like Indiana Phones. Stop it. Wearing a short skirt out in public around other men? Absolutely not, brother. Bro, this guy simped so hard. Do not be this guy. This is also why we got to end the simp epidemic. Ain't that right, Lokes? We just got to end it, bro. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one, man. Peace.